In Back to the Future, the film starring Michael J. Fox as Marty McFly and Christopher Lloyd as the Doc, you go on a thrilling adventure into time. I'm going to tell you about the significant scenes that describe the difference between the various years. When Marty is rushing to school at the start of the movie on his skateboard, holding onto the backs of cars, which was normal thing for those days. The camera takes us around the town, making us look at individual buildings and signs as the audience sees what is happening at the time and what is open or not and what is going on. Then later in the movie, we see the same town in a different year, which is the year Marty travels back in time to. I am now going to give some examples of scenes that show the growth and deterioration of the town. Here is the car park in the middle of the block. As cars were growing in popularity, more parking was needed. Whereas in the 1950s, it had a beautiful, luscious green park for the community to use and enjoy. This is a change, I think, for the worse. I believe towns need nature strips through them to keep them alive and well. This is the sign when you come into Hill Valley. It is quite sad and not much is going on there in the community in the 1980s. But then in the 1950s, it is a big sign with club names and events that are happening around the town, keeping the town alive and busy. In this scene in the 80s, there is an election happening and campaigning going on. Here circled on the white van is a black man running for mayor. This refers to the scene when the same younger man was working in a cafe in the 50s. He was talking to Marty, saying that he's going to go places. At the time, a person of colour running for leadership was unheard of. To conclude, I think that Marty really did like the 50s, although some aspects were different for the better and the same for the worse. In my opinion, it is an eye-opening experience that helped him come back to his time and live with more purpose in the present. This is why this film is so influential on people's thoughts on time travel.